Hope you enjoyed this watching this solo announced game of Naruto Gaiden episode 107. I thought what I fought in this chapter was definitely very harsh, and I gotta admit it was definitely not something I expected. But let's start straight to the point. Okay, Sakura's been kidnapped by Sheen, but this guy, I is like, look, Sheen, like we seem to get this premise of what the hell these Sheen creatures are, and so is the original Sheen. For example, well, these creatures they're basically living embodiments of Sheen using the cloning jutsu, but they're just but unlike cloning, regular cloning, the clones disappear after some time, or the or something happens. But these people they're just staying solid, like they're literal flesh and blood, are almost identical to the original, and they're made up of dozens of spare parts. Like this guy Sheen's using his own flesh and blood as spare parts, saying that these are my children, and I am their parent, they are my child. Basically spouting nonsense about a love between a parent and child. That part is lit. Like he's basically treating them as like spare parts and like tools for his own ambition. But things get very, very awkward. And the situation for them is very dire. And now that Sakura's are taken, they have to no noise but to come to one conclusion. If this guy is basically an Orochimaru experiment, they have to go see Orochimaru himself, basically. And in this chapter we get to see Orochimaru. We get to see Orochimaru, Jugo, and Suigetsu. We haven't like they're still alive, obviously. And according to Shimaru, Sasuke got to see him more than once. So basically, Sasuke, when he was on his long journey, he had time to see Orochimaru at least, at least, at least once or twice. Right? I mean, all that time traveling, tracking down Kaguya, the remnants of the Jubi, and this guy's basically, he's basically, he could see this guy, this person who was basically his teacher, his old enemy, also an enemy and someone who would get in his way of his ambition, but not have time to see his own wife and daughter. That's still a little messed up, if you think about it. But then the situation came. Yeah, I mean, Orochimaru he even tries to explain the experiment as much as he can. Apparently, he did create Sheen. I mean, think about it. The way Sheen was armed and his body was covered in Sharingan was eerily similar to the way Danzo oh, was was experimented on. But Sheen explains that, but Orochimaru explains that Sheen's body is has some kind of genetic form that basically he allows him to be compatible with the Sharingan on an experimental Uchiha DNA. So basically, this guy has a special blood that can allow him to do special things. You know how like Jugo's blood and his body, apparently his clan had the ability to go berserk because of energy and they absorb chakra nature. And their power is basically similar to that of stage mode, but it was really the curse mark. The curse mark. So basically, and remember, it was that enzyme that Orochimaru developed and used for the curse mark jutsu. So basically, Orochimaru used Jugo's body to create the curse mark. That thing's obvious. Okay, if you guys have seen Shippuden or at least read the chapter, at least read the chapter, but you guys know the point. But the situation for them is like very unique. I mean, however, even though Orochimaru created him he kept experimenting with his body over and over again, and to the point where he wanted to see if he could use them to perfect certain ninjutsu, like for example the Shadow Clone Jutsu. And these creatures, these guys, they're like perfect creations. They're like shadow clones, but not shadow clones who disappear. They remain solid. They're eerily similar to the original, and probably in strength and power, which explains why these guys have so many Sharingan. He basically harvested the Sharingan from multiple clones and planted them inside himself. It makes sense. That's why he got so many Sharingans, which there are not that many living Uchiha members. And also, this guy isn't even an Uchiha. He's just a fanatic and some guy obsessed with Itachi. So basically, he's just a fanboy gone crazy. That's all. I'm like the bit like one of the major bad guys we got to see since like the end of Naruto is basically a rabid fanboy who's gone a little crazy. Although although I would be especially with all those Sharingan in my head, and not to mention he's getting guidance from that small piece of the Jubi. Piece of the Jubi. That means that he's in a way he's being guided by Kaguya. And it makes sense. I mean, and Kaguya would do anything to probably to make sure she returns and to dominate the world and restore on her power. But they don't want Kaguya to come back. It also raises a theory on something, but I'll touch on that at the end of the video. However, situations. However, even though, despite all this, she sees it as a chance to find out who her mother really is. For example, she asks Suigetsu for help, seeing that she knows him from the picture. Even though even though Sasuke won't give her an answer, he's hoping he will. So basically, he's using Suigetsu, and he even explains the story. Suigetsu's like in shock, saying Sasuke is such a scumbag. And I'm like, this guy, so basically, that's the expression you would get if Sasuke literally lied about his marriage and married someone else. All right, that part's a little messed up. But the situation for them is like very dire. She looks for Karin and stuff for Karin in her old stuff. Apparently, Karin she's not there. She's in a different place. Apparently, if that's true, that means that Karin is still alive. If Karin's alive, where the hell she's been? That's that's the one tricky part I want to know. So basically, yeah, that part's very tricky. The situation for them is like very dire for them because she because Sala she wants to know who her who her true mother is. Sasuke won't answer her. And this guy, this Shin Uchiha, he's not really an Uchiha. He's just a fanboy gone crazy, and he has Uchiha blood inside him because of Orochimaru's constant experiments and manipulation of chakra, which explains how he can use the Mangekyo without having the ability to kill someone, or he has killed someone and just doesn't understand. That explains a lot. If this guy does have the Mangekyo, he must have awakened into his natural genes and true power, not like killing someone. That means this guy has strength, potential, to probably be even stronger than a Hashirama when Danto had his right arm and malgrafted with all those Sharingan and the ability to use Izanagi. Can he use Izanagi? And his time space ninjutsu is definitely different. Not the same as Obito's or Kakashi's. If it was, he would have gone to the middle dimension instead of some weird lab. So basically, it's some weird hideout. And there's still some more to understand. Anyways, a situation, the thing gets rationed up, and Salada she gives Suigetsu a piece of her spit, like basically, like use her DNA and probably leftover DNA left from Karin that was left in the hideout. That's Orochimaru for you. Once he gets a person's genetic data, he doesn't let it go to waste. He uses it and apparently I'm amazed that Suigetsu is smart enough to use complicated equipment like genetic engineering. Like he's not a genetic engineer, but he's at least smart enough to at least know the machine. I mean, hell, he was one of Orochimaru's experiments for a while, so he was trapped in that damn beaker, so basically. And then finally, as the machine analyzes the DNA, we get the reveal of our lives. We get the truth. Karin is really her mother. Like Karin is her real mother. Basically, Sasuke basically lied, and Salada is not Sakura's daughter. So basically, Salada she's like in shock. Basically, he's taking it all in, thinking everything's a lie, and Naruto standing behind that door, basically hearing everything with his face expression say, basically like he's like in awe, like in this. At least Salada, she just found out that everything she knew was a lie. I mean, she's just a little girl. I mean, she didn't know anything until now. I mean, she wanted to find out the truth. And one historical truth was the girl with glasses. Like she had glasses, and like Karin, and even so, we get to have the same glasses. So that suggests that Salada isn't Sakura's daughter. You Yeah, and one of the things that really hurt the most was at the end, basically the end of this chapter. Naruto asking Sarada, "We gotta go, we gotta leave, we gotta save your mother," and Sarada calling him a liar, basically saying she is not my mother. Why should I go say someone? Why should I go say someone who isn't my mother? I don't know anyone. I don't care. I don't know anything. She's basically a little girl who was basically heartbroken by the truth. Like she thinks everything she knows is a lie now. Like she wants to know why this happened, and this cutting is a lie. Why she gave up her daughter to someone like Sakura in the first place? Was it because of Sasuke? I want to know what's going on. What is what is the situation? Like I want to see more, but I have a feeling it's gonna be even more complicated than usual. What do you think of this? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Did you think I gave away too much? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I feel sad for Salada because she found out who her real mom is. She doesn't know her, and she thought everything was a lie. I feel bad for her in the worst way. And this Shin Shiha, what kind of plans does he have for her? Basically, this is all messed up. Basically, her whole world is shaken. Hope you enjoyed this one, and this is still a new Naruto Gaiden episode 700, chapter 707. I feel sorry for Sada, seriously.